For this town to get down.
I'm getting really sick of guys named Todd.
My good friend Phil Rivera, pipe maker extraordinaire.
Let's get this party started. Oh, my dang lighter. Son of a bitch. It's clicky. Oh, there we go. There we go. How is everybody tonight? Oh, you stupid lighter. Come on, you can do it. A little lighter that could. It's like the little blue engine, right? Mercy sakes. Whew. I'm gonna just let you know right now, if you see me just dive out and get the hell out of here, that's because I'm about to go throw up. No joke. No joke at all. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let it ride. Let it ride there, sir. Todd, good to see you.
Do you
Care
know
Piper
who I
in
am?
Cincinnati.
I'm kind of a big deal. People know me.
I know you.
My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Yes, it does. And many leather-bound books. Phil's in the house. Good to see you. Cole's in the house. Good to see you. Derek Harrington. Derek, you can kiss my ass with that garbage. Chip, good to see you, sir. Ron, good to see you. I look, I'm still waiting for the D-Man's supposed to do his own live at his house. Has anybody else got a problem with that? Anybody got a problem with D-Man doing one, sometime this week at his house? He's so damn spoiled. He's so spoiled that he can't help himself. How is everybody? Goodness gracious. Goodness me. I tell you. Do it. Oh, they're all right. How early do you get up, Derek? Anybody think that that Dale or the Crow should call in this Friday at some point too? I feel like that's a must. Oh, 7 or so? Yeah, you could do a live at 9:30. 9 to 10. Sure, you could do it. Give me liberty, baby. Give it to me. Yeah, I can't wait for these damn elections to be over. I look forward to it. The wife's going out of town again. It's just, busy season. That's how it goes, So me and the boy, we got BB on Friday. So he's going to learn something. Well, I'm sorry. He's going to be a lefty.
You don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me. I'm a loner.
News break.
Rebel.
There he is, Road King Piper. Good to see you, sir. I've had I think I've got the flu. I think I got it from one of my nieces. I think. Hopefully I'll be on the mend soon. Back from the rally. How did it go there? I won't have the flu by I don't know what it is. I think it might be eating leftover Taco Bell is what I think it is. But son of a good Lord. Man alive. Jeez Louise. I mean, we just started. Oh, yeah. No, it was absolutely leftovers, like a gordita crunch kind of leftover. And I ate it cold too, because I eat a lot of stuff cold. I don't really. You stick enough hot sauce on it, I don't care if it's cold or hot. That's just how I see it. It don't bother me one way or the other. Wow, Phil. Phil going dark over here. Goodness gracious. So yeah. So I'll be excited. Voting will be over. Thank God. I feel like I need to take I feel like I need a vacation, or I need to be able to just block like all the content that hits anytime it's this time of year. But I will say, politicians done got crazy. I don't know about y'all, but I got some Chef Boyardee right there. I got some Chef Boyardee right there. Yeah, baby. I'm ready to go. Give me that Chef Boyardee. What was everybody's favorite Chef Boyardee? That will be curious, Phil. I'll be curious as well. Mike was so gracious. He sent me down that gimbal thing so I can try it out, try and learn how to use it and everything beforehand. I texted the D-Man, asked him about Muletown. We'll see what we're doing about Muletown. Yeah, just try it. Just try it out.
It's Miller time.
It is. You know when you're at that point where, like, you know, you got the burpees, even if you don't drink something? It's that kind of thing. I feel like it might actually be food poisoning. Might have been the special sauce from Taco Bell. Chef Boyardee 32-ounce can of nuked raviolis. I think my favorite was beefaroni. I think beefaroni was my favorite. I don't know about you, but I think my favorite was beefaroni. But yeah, these freaking politicians are psychotic. Sometimes I wonder, like, you know, it's like, do you realize you can't take back the things you say? Morons. I'm telling you, those are not healthy burps by any stretch of the imagination. Some remembrances for today, since it is tis November. Let's see. Today is the 7th of November. It's the color of the world orange. You know, orange is the new black. Color of the world orange. Absolutely. Chad, you are correct. Good sir. Let them eat, Chef Boyardee. It is Employee Brotherhood Day, so those brothers in all forms of fashion. International Merlot Day. Is anybody a wine drinker? Is anybody much of a whiner? Anybody much of a whiner? I think Merlots are pretty good. They're pretty good. Wine gives me a headache, man. I get super dehydrated on wine. Job Action Day. I don't know what that is. Little League Girls Day. I remember coaching my daughter. Let's see. National Bittersweet Chocolate with Almonds Day. Just a few cases there, big country, huh? Just a few cases. Okay. National Canine Lymphoma Awareness Day. I did not know there was such a thing, but I'll tell you one thing. We took the dang dog to the vet, and boy, it cost a fortune. I said, Bentley, we're going to have an old Yeller moment. You keep costing me money. Oh, here we go. National Gin Day. Does anybody think that that an actual real martini has to have gin? Is that the case? It has to have gin? Is that the way it works? Like a real martini has to have gin. No questions asked. Oh, National Hug a Bear Day. That's to, who was that burly mountain man? With all them bears? It's really a stuffed bear. Don't go out and hug any real bears. I don't want to be, it's not my fault. Somebody does something stupid like that. Notary Public Day. Why isn't it Public Notary Day? Phil drinks while he cooks. It's mostly for cooking, as in he's drinking it while he's cooking. Makes sense. I get that. I don't know why that would be a problem. Yeah. So wow, Chad. I'm not sure what you referenced to, but I do not condone unless it was oh, a notary. Okay. That's right. A notary. There we go. Okay. I was wondering where I missed the fact that I had just said that. Like I said, I'm a bit under the weather because it's puking rally. It's not, but I mean, I can feel it. You know, remember that you get that feeling every once in a while where it's like, you feel it just kind of rise up on you. You're like, oh. It's like, we could be in trouble here. Whew. But I'm trying to hang in there. Slug back some Concord wine. We were looking at cabins. The wife and I were like what would your if you had to pick wherever you would retire to live out your days, where would you do it? What would it, partake? Like mine would be a cabin up in the Blue Ridge Mountains area, North Georgia, next to at least minimum a wide creek that preferably branches off of a major river. Okay, Phil, I see that. All right. I could get behind that. Big Country was drinking something or smoking something. What was he smoking? Haunted bookshop cake in a Phil Rivera special. Log cabin, absolutely. It's got to be the log cabin. I want the log cabin that I have to adjust throughout the years. It's got the legit stuff in between the logs. You get it. It's got to be close enough to civilization though that the wife stays with me. That's the only trick. I did not. Is it 1.9 billion? Holy crap. What would you do if you won the lottery? Hopefully pay my kids' college. Lotto. Wow, expect to hit a record $1.9 billion. At what point in the lottery do we not just have a special day where we make it easy and just say 190 or 1,900 people get $1 million? Especially in this day and age. Why not? Go buy Twitter. I probably bought all of 20 tickets in my life, so probably should have bought one of those. But what would you do? You would disappear, Road King. Yeah. You'd kind of have to, right? You'd have to win and lay super low. Probably have to go hire a bunch of attorneys and accountants and everything like immediately, and then just go straight overseas. That's what I would do. I'd go straight overseas.
This is Patrick!
Oh, ouch, Phil. That sucks. You did get $20 though. So he might not have been the biggest winner. He might not have been the biggest wiener, but he did score him some, which is good. Let's see. Nope, that didn't work. I'm gonna check out what is on Sid Breyer report today. Did you hear what the lottery is up to?
No, but that's why somebody asked me if I was going to buy a lottery ticket on a phone.
Oh yeah.
Got it. What was it up to?
Use the leather pad if you don't mind.
Oh, it's because somebody didn't claim it before, or is it?
No, it's up to 1.9 billion.
Was that due today, the lottery?
Probably. I don't know. I have no idea. I was pretty amazed by it though. $1.9 billion jackpot. I mean that's just getting scandalous.
Anybody win it?
I don't know if anybody winged it, but that I couldn't tell you. I don't know. But I am fascinated by it. I am absolutely fascinated by it.
The washer was screwing up, so I flipped the breaker just for the washer, but the washer didn't turn off.
You want everybody else to hear our dirty laundry? I don't know. You're like, are you wanting everybody to hear it?
I don't care.
I don't either, but I'm asking. Like,
Sure.
you got okay. Well, okay, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I would just say if you would like to partake, feel free to partake.
Yeah.
Woo, boy, she's hot, ain't she?
Who?
My wife. Our washer sucks.
Yes.
We gotta get another washer.
Waiting for Black Friday, which is pretty much like starting now, the early sales, but the washer was messing up and it wasn't responding. And I turned it off and turned it on. Still didn't want to do anything.
Still didn't do anything.
So I decided I'm going to flip the breaker. It says washer. It should be the washer breaker.
Right.
I flipped it. And nothing happened to the washer. The light stayed on.
Oh.
And I went, oh man, I sure hope I didn't flip a breaker in the garage
Oh,
somehow.
that would have been hilarious if you did that. Bullion would solve a lot of small country debt, probably, if they could afford it.
But yeah, but it's washing now. I don't know why.
You can't win unless your name is in the hat. That's true. Yeah.
But yeah,
He's not wrong.
it's working now, even though it seemed to not have been.
The
impacted
washer
by it.
was not responding.
No, it's a.
Yeah. Tilt sensor? I don't know. Probably not.
No, it's overflow sensors that mess it up. It's a Samsung washer.
Todd, I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. I'm trying to figure it out, but no, it's being a pain in the ass. It's got a broken water sensor and everything, so it keeps flooding the tub and
Yeah, no, not an unbalanced load. That's a different error code. It's
yeah, my
UR,
wife's
not UC.
my wife's learning
or
the
OC,
error
I mean.
codes. She's a washerwoman.
Right. Now it'll either just keep pulling water with like the OC air code flashing, or it'll be done, it'll turn off, and then it'll also keep pulling water with the power turned off, and it'll just keep pulling water until you turn off the water.
You know, this is
great.
We should be able to set you up your own YouTube channel and stream just for venting.
Yes, I know, my ranting and venting.
Yep. And the channel would be easy. It would literally be this is problems. That would be your channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious if you weren't like sitting there trying to read chat.
I know, I heard it afterwards. I thought about it. It is funny though.
So hilarious. That's that would be the channel name.
I like it.
I think that'd be a wonderful channel name. I'd watch it just to hear what she complained about. Probably be me. I don't know why he can't just unload the dishwasher. Not like it's complicated.
Seriously.
He is a jolly Todd, isn't he? Channel number 5.
That's funny though.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Little girl called him Santa.
Oh, that's awesome. A little early, but I mean, he's definitely got the beard. He's just got to color it white.
The Walmart Santa.
Is that when? I don't remember the last time there was a Walmart Santa.
No, that's what somebody just called him.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just in retrospect.
Was there a Walmart Santa? Maybe like.
I told everybody I got vomit burps.
Yeah, and you need to keep your germs to yourself.
I'm gonna get you sick.
I don't want to be sick on the airplane.
Come kiss me.
No.
Mm.
No.
Come kiss me and then get everybody else sick, and then I don't have to worry about you going back for like the rest of busy season.
It's not busy season, but it's this project.
Whatever season, whatever project. She's going remote. Wait a minute. Was it Little Todd or was it Better Todd?
Oh, dang. You witch. I don't know if you.
I don't know if I want to do a Zoom tonight.
I was about to say
Better
the
Todd.
same thing. Oh, and I didn't even want to speak the word Zoom in case you weren't planning on
Better
it.
Todd's gonna be like, it's just gonna be like, yeah. Hold on, where's the voice? Where is it? Is it? Oh yeah, it's gonna be this one.
You son of a bitch!
That's what I'm gonna end up hearing from Better Todd. We got a light group tonight. Everybody must be watching the game. Or watching the news, wondering who the heck they were supposed to elect.
What game is on tonight?
Ravens and...
Football. I was going to say the World Series is over. There is no college
Ravens
football.
and Saints.
Oh.
Ravens and Saints.
The real Todd.
I'm just saying, it's all out of love. If you can't take a joke, I mean, then I can't help you. It's just how it goes. Ugh. So when are you going to get up again? Dang cigar.
I'm going tomorrow.
Don't remind me.
Ooh. A cigar torch.
It is.
I mean, yeah, but the cigar was on fire.
Well, I'm trying to get it to get back to an even burn. It's probably going to be an uneven burn now. It's going to catch up on me. The boys we got all kinds of stuff to go on. Trying to figure out. I mean, I might as well do I don't know what you would call it. Might do a election stream at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Might as well just see who the heck got voted in. I had to go there, Patrick. I absolutely had to go there.
You know, wherever there is, could have
I don't
been.
know.
Look, if I offend somebody out there tonight, too bad.
That's Steve's. You don't have the headphones on, so you didn't hear, but that was one of Steve's lines where he goes, "Look, if I offend somebody, too bad."
Yeah. That's about
That's
what he would have said.
exactly how Steve is. 100%. Let's see. Anything on the Briar Report? I don't know why it keeps running down.
I interrupted your browsing with my rant on the washer.
Ooh. Thriller about pipe smoking prime minister in production. Stop and smell the pipe tobacco with author Jude Stewart. Seasonal 2022 Vegas pipe show teaser. Yep. Excuse me. Sacred pipes mean way more than peace for Native Americans. Makes sense. Historic classes were triggered by pipe smoking ban. Interesting. Drew Estate cutting its lineup by over 100 sticks. Wow. Yeah, I figure that's going to happen. I mean, that's not a terrible reason to stock up. Snowflake trigger warns because dog smoked pipe 80 years ago. Fascinating. Let's check out the blob. As always. Walking home from the subway. Working the election tomorrow. Good for you. Good job, Patrick. What a way to be involved. Let's see. Read some more. Oh, we got a Rat Race pipe flash sale on the Pipe Nook, $10 to $20 off. Nice. What is happiness? Have you been missing Scarlett? Oh yeah, she hasn't done videos in a long time. On a related subject, no pun intended, Roland the Dragon also put out a video while not smoking a pipe. He has a question for you. Where do you watch your YTPC videos? For me, it's in my office while producing content for Briar Report, just like I'm doing right now. It's also the only place I get on the internet, so it's the location by default. That makes sense. Not impressed by the Haunted Bookshop initially, but now I'm at the bottom of the tin and it's dry, very nice, spicy. Oh, nice cocoa blend. Doesn't have that Haunted Bookshop burly tang. Gotta have that tang. Professor Walker. Blowfishy. Is Professor Walker making his own pipes now? Is that what's happening? Oh, I forgot. I got to do the little drop shadow frame thing for the boy. The funny thing is, like with the boy, I can actually do like a different style where it's like a circular kind of thing. You can do different shapes. I'm using Streamlabs and they suck, so it doesn't work very well. Seattle Pipe Club Tobaccos. A celebration of these terrific blends. Pipe and cigars are taking 15% off. Nice. My name is Inigo Montoya. Didn't think I could say that, did you? That's because it's from the movie The Princess Bride. On the last Briar Blues live show, Mike mentioned the list we maintain of people's first names. It's nice to know someone's real name because it can be awkward referring to them as Fuzznut6832.
Yeah, hey, Fuzznuts.
Yep. $16 pages long. I should just get on and like just blast everybody. I should just have a live show of blasting everybody that's not here that's on the list. I think that would be fun. Let's see. Let's check out the 10 bids, see if there's anything interesting. South Lynch. Another Hobbit themed 10. When's this one up? Oh, nice. I like the artwork on that. I wonder how they got through the copyright. Interesting. I don't know how they did it.
Didn't care.
There's the Wizard's Leaf. I'm sorry. They might. Well, I mean, they probably. I seriously doubt if they did care. 5 days on that one. Got quite a few of those. That's awesome and horrific.
Wow.
Literally a poltergeist, a Cornell and Diehl poltergeist tin? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know he made pipes. I know he refurbished them. That's just wrong on so many levels. Derek said that's what he had the boys watch for their first scary movie. Poltergeist.
Wow. I wonder if they got to sleep by themselves or if the boys were both a deer bit.
Don't know, but not sure I would have watched that one first. There's plenty of kid scary ones that would have been just as easy to do.
Blue Ridge.
I don't know why tins you can get are sitting up here. I know they got a bit of age on them, but I don't know. It just seems like, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure why. Robert McConnell 2015. Okay, I get that. The Balkan Cecinis. And of course, you got all the McClellans. Look at that. $785 for 8 unopened Frog Morton Cellar tins. Wonder if that hit a reserve or not. Mixture number 14. Not even sure what's in that. God, one's from 1989.
Wow.
That pushes it on back. Holy crap. I mean, that's a bit far back for sure. I don't care what you suggest, YouTube. I'm gonna stream it whatever the hell I want to. Tell me I'm streaming too quickly. Yeah. I tell you. Whew. I don't know. Being sick, I'm off my game like crazy. Ron said years ago during Christmas, some of his associates did a demo with the toy first act guitars, tiny drums, organ, and tambourine playing music. Hilarious, but awesome. Quite a crowd, and they stuck around. Nice. I always, like, anytime I think about Christmas time and instruments, it always goes back to the movie Big when they're in the toy store and they got the huge piano and they're playing chopsticks. That's absolutely one of my favorite scenes. Babe, do you have a favorite Chef Boyardee?
No, I don't eat that crap.
DDT, welcome aboard, sir. Happy Monday. It is Monday. That is correct. Tis Monday. I wonder how the elections are going to go. You think the Republicans are going to take the Senate? What's your prediction? You have a prediction? You're not here tomorrow, so I can ask now.
Oh, you can ask me now. I don't have a prediction, really. I mean, I'm thinking they probably will.
I mean, it's a 50-50 split right now. I mean, the odds are 50-50, technically. It's going to go one way or the other.
I mean, it sounds about right. That's what happens with 50-50.
What do you want me to reenact for you? The chopsticks? Yeah, you're not gonna get my ass on a big old musical keyboard. That ain't gonna happen. Hey, there's no way I could make that jump either. I'd have to be the old man, and Derek would have to actually do the big leap. This ain't happening though. Like, I probably could, but then all of a sudden you'd see me hit the ground and start writhing in pain. You're like, oh my god! Ah! Oh my help! Oh, help me, Jesus. That's probably what would happen.
Yeah.
DDT, did you get your pipe yet? I will say something interesting is that Smoking Pipes was making changes to their Esoterica page today.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you know, they were shifting around some things on the page today. Thought it was interesting. Do it for McFly. Nice. Very awesome. Have you opened it yet? Or are you going to do a video on it? What are you going to do, DDT? I haven't seen it. No shots, Todd, because I will vomit. These are abnormal burps. I don't nerp this often. That's what was basically was coming out in my head. I don't burp this often. Thank you.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes. I'm weird. Like I will flip letters around, but they're not flipped around. Like I don't often flip the complete word. Like I wouldn't say like, you know, just
the beginning letter. I
right,
do that.
it's the beginning letter, but it's usually of a couple different words.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdest thing. Oh yeah, take some pics, make a vid. Yeah, do it. I want to see it. Never mind. I'm not even gonna ask you. I'm not even gonna ask you because once you save that, it's your pipe. You present it how you want to, sir. You go right ahead. I like this song. This is a happy song. I'm very happy with this song.
The only thing I have stuck in my head is this darn YouTube song Little Man's been listening to. Corn. Like, this little kid singing corn and, like, how much he likes corn. And
was this like the Baby Shark kind of thing?
yeah, but it's like something he's been listening to, and it's all like you
Alka-Seltzer
thinking.
shots. Yeah, you're right, Ron. I already took an antacid. I might be singing the upset stomach diarrhea. I better not move around too much. I told the wife earlier, I was like, I went out looking for arcades because I'm looking for like the arcade one-ups for the boy. I've already got The Simpsons. We watched an episode of The Simpsons today. It was weird. And I got a Midway Mortal Kombat one too, which probably not going to give him because it's graphics. I probably need to get him a more basic one. And as I was saying, you know, having some digestion problems. I told the wife when I got home, I said, you know, the one thing. No, he's not listening to
Yeah,
corn.
no, not that kind of, not that corn. No, it's just a silly song.
Good call, Cole. I told her, I said, you know what? I didn't find any of the arcades, unfortunately. But the one good thing that did happen in this hour and a half long wasted trip was I didn't sneeze. I can tell you right now, after the amount of trips I've been making to the lavatory, it would have been bad.
Yeah.
It would have been bad. That noise right there.
That would have gone straight in the trash.
A new virtual arcade place? I mean, absolutely.
It's Miller time.
Absolutely. A new virtual arcade. You know, the little arcades are kind of popping up again.
I'm gonna go check on my favorite problem, the washer.
You go check on it, baby. But yeah, no, we absolutely, like, it's the little arcade one-ups. They're so much fun. I'm very curious to see it. I got good deals on them, so I mean that was the positive part, is that I got really good deals on it. So we'll see how it goes. What do y'all think? Should we do a Zoom? I'm up for it if you are. Indoor skydiving. Cincy, I'm a, you know what? I'm a big ass man, and the last thing I want is another man between my legs while I'm in the air. Excuse me. Not sure that I'm going to do that. Oh, speaking of that, you know what else we need to do? I know what he's doing. I'll do this shout out. We haven't had a bowl call yet. At all. I feel like we're about to. Love when the wife comes back out and she's just angry.
Washer.
Am I by myself? All by myself. Here we go. You didn't have Walmart Santa's Balderdash. I don't know if I believe that. Oh yeah, I'll check that out, Phil. That's pretty cool. Always like seeing some of those. I feel like before we do any kind of zoom, we should do an ammo head. I love that he popped in the other night and he was like, I've been getting all kinds of copyright claims on my videos. He's like, keep it up. I was like, will do. We still need to make his things.
Oh yeah, we do.
We really
Air
have no...
fried bacon wrapped tater tots. Bacon.
What? Oh yeah. Those look good too.
I do.
Cheesy bacon corn casserole, chili dog corn chip casserole. That seems wrong on so many levels. I almost feel like that needs to be watched.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we watch this one? Nope, we didn't. That's a sausage, pepper, and onion roll. This just is disturbing. Oven roasted beer can chicken.
Fried frog legs. Ugh.
They're delicious.
I don't know. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
as long as I don't know they're frog legs, it's
Tastes
just
like chicken.
it's just like chicken schnitzel.
Breakfast enchiladas. London broil top round. Oh, he does do a London. Didn't we say something about him doing a London broil?
I
Or
don't
was
remember.
it? No, it was something else. I forget what it was. It was absolutely something else. Go for it. Okay, we'll do one here in a minute. Is it
Redneck surf
Keith
and turf.
Stone? Huh? Redneck surf and turf? Where'd you see that? That was only 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's short. Velveeta's Chels and cheese. That's Haley's favorite.
I love it. Oh no, that's her favorite right here.
Grandpa Steve's twice baked potato recipe.
This was still awesome. I want to do that so bad. The pizza cake.
It is awesome, but I don't know. Like the bread to cheese ratio might just be a little off. Bacon cheeseburger stuffed crust. Easy cheesy fried potatoes. Fried taters. I like fried taters. Cheesy hash brown casserole.
I like them bacon pancakes.
Homemade crab rangoon.
Bacon wrapped beer brats. Oh, here we go. Kielbasa kebabs and a rifle. Crab rangoons look good too.
We still have to do that other thing too. Oh, that was that thing.
I feel like I could just do lives of me cooking and people would be like, here's what not to do.
Drunk kitty.
What?
He has a drunk kitty.
Oh, that he definitely has a drunk kitty, that's for sure. Oh,
Pork
there you
rinds
go.
and cheese. I like pork rinds and cheese.
Homemade beanie weenies is good. I don't know. Squash patties, cake things. I don't know how we don't go with that.
Let's do it. I don't know what in the world that
you
is.
Want your headphones on so you can hear what's happening?
Shall put them on.
Put them on, baby. Put
Let
them
me
on,
do
girl.
that. Put them on.
Ugh, this like thing is so deep in my ear, it's making my ear itchy, and I dare not scratch it. Excuse me. All right. Let's see. You got sound over there?
I got sound.
You got sound.
Hey, guys and girls. Welcome back to Ammo Head's Kitchen. Tonight, we're going to try to make something called squash patties or squash cakes. I don't know. I've
Interesting.
made salmon patties. I've made tater cakes before.
Troy, good to see you, sir.
I've made this one time before. It didn't turn out too good, so I'm going to do a redo of it.
Nothing. Big Country used to smoke cigarettes.
I think I know what the problem was.
He's
What we
like
got here is 2 yellow
completely
squash. Of course,
abstinent.
a couple different sizes. If you don't know what a yellow squash looks like, that's a yellow squash. Those are peeled and the ends
That
cut
is a
off
yellow
of them.
squash.
And I've got a pot of boiling water, right, chow, that we're just going to throw these guys in.
Oh, interesting.
And we're going to cook them just for a few minutes. Like that.
I never thought about boiling them.
And when I think they're ready to come out, we'll be back. Hang on.
Troy, good to see you, sir.
All right, guys, I just let those squash boiled, I don't know, just not very long, just 6 or 7 minutes. Pretty much just to get the outside tender. The inside's still pretty raw on it. I think I told you that I've tried this before and it turned out not good. And I think the reason why it didn't turn out good the first time I tried it is because it's inside. That inside holds a lot of water, and I want that water gone. Now here's the other one I cooked. I've kind of got them filleted open like a piece of fish.
Okay.
Removed all the seeds out of them, and I'm hoping that that's going to give me less water. So what I did off camera for the first one, because I've never done it before, I took a spoon, just kind of cut down the edges with it like that.
So he's basically de-seeding
like
it
that.
And pulling out the core.
Because there's a lot of water in
you
those
could just
seeds.
boil the core or boil
And that
the
center
thing.
piece right there. I just took it and just removed it. I know it's a lot of that's a lot of the squash, but I couldn't get it to come together no other way. So what I'm left with is like a fillet piece. There might be a few seeds still left in it, but
he did make a boat.
We're gonna try it out anyway. You guys see what I'm doing there? I think so.
He made a squash boat.
Spoon just cut the outside.
No, I don't have the motorboat one yet. I have it written down.
Oh well. If it turns out to be a disaster, it won't be the first time, right?
I know which one to do.
That one's not coming apart as well as the first one did. So you want that outside meat.
I got that one.
Well, I call it meat. I don't leave a whole lot left. So
He's concentrating so hard on this.
that's all I've got, though. If I forgot to mention, a buddy of mine gave me these squash a while back. I don't know if it's from his garden or from his daddy's garden or what. But I want to cook some, I'll try to cook some squash patty.
I think I know what the motorboat one will be.
So, hang on. So there's what we left with.
Got the
fillet
boot knife.
of the squash. And all I'm doing is just cutting it into kind of big chunks because I want to taste the squash.
Yeah.
There's still a few seeds, like I said, left in it. But I'm hoping this is not going to be as watery as the first time I tried this because, I mean, they were still good, but they turned out more like cornbread fritter type deals.
Yeah, he's trying to do like a fish cake kind of thing. I guess you could just do them thinner,
like
couldn't you?
He wants them bigger. He wants to taste them.
I guess so.
Because I really want to taste the vegetable.
Using that buck knife.
Now, I'm going to throw this in this little mixing bowl right here. It's not a whole lot, but hell, it's just me eating it, so right? Yeah, that's not much. It's all right with me. Let's go ahead and throw us an egg in there. That's going to bind it up, get everybody know each other pretty good. Right? Get them all married up.
I've never seen this, DDT. I've never seen somebody do this.
I'm going to add a healthy pinch of flour. You guys ready for this? That's right. Pow! 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 That might not be enough yet, but we'll see. Also, I want to add some cornmeal. Not as much, maybe. We'll see.
Acorn squash, first time. Not a fanboy. Okay, understood.
Salt. There we go. Plenty. Pepper.
Too much cigar in my mouth.
Pepper. Now, let's see what that looks like. Get that egg busted up.
Yeah, country. My mom's done that too, frying up squash like fried green tomatoes.
But like I said,
I've never seen it like this.
Man, this is a squash cake, patty, whatever you want to call it.
Isn't squash a sport too?
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be all right. Maybe we'll make 2 out of that.
Is it like handball or something?
No, you have like a racket. It's like I think a rubbery ball or something. You have like
Well, bad. We can spoon that in
indoor.
there.
Oh, so it's kind of like racquetball.
Hang on. Just
Probably.
like I did.
All right.
Alrighty, so right
Oh, it's a hot pan.
we got us a cast iron pan
A smoking one.
Oh,
with
yeah.
just enough oil in it, pretty much just cover the bottom. Here's our mixture, squash, all the stuff I just showed you in a ladle. It's not very much.
Troy,
It'd be
same
very
here.
much.
That's what poor people food's like. It's a
We'll
bunch of
take one
fried
ladle.
food. I don't know how that's gonna hold.
Just go ahead and drip him right in the center
With the
of it.
flour and cornstarch and the egg.
Oh, some chunks.
Oh,
Kind of screaming at me. 2.
Bro King, you don't like squash? I love me some
Water
squash
on
and
it,
onions.
yes, I just water. And water and oil, of course, don't mix.
Nope.
I'll get that.
You think water and oil doesn't
about
mix?
350, I guess. It's on, if you're
Ice
coming
cubes
with a
and hot oil
stove,
don't
it's
mix.
on 7.
No,
No, they
It's been on
explode.
7 for a few
I'm
minutes.
sure.
We used to do that
So
back
I'm
in the
with
day
those
when I
guys
worked.
go for, I don't know,
A
a
restaurant?
couple minutes, maybe
No, not
2 minutes at the most.
kind of.
Hey, we'll see.
I plead the fifth.
It's
on
only been
that.
about a minute.
Wow.
There's the first one we put
That
in.
looks pretty good.
Center. I moved him out so these other guys can have a chance. That's good.
That doesn't look bad.
No.
Man, I hope he's
I'm
got
always
some of
amazed
those
at how
other
his
kids.
stuff turns out way better than my stuff does.
Those other ones, they tasted good, but they just wouldn't come together. You couldn't build it. It was just too wet.
Frozen,
All that,
frozen turkey in a
inside
fire.
the seeds and
Kaboom!
I don't know what it was.
You got that right, Eric.
Let's go for about another minute.
I mean that's not a little kaboom either.
Alrighty, through the miracle of time travel, our squash patty cake thingies are finished. And I've been letting them sit here on this rack on top of some napkins, getting the extra oil off of it. You see that? Sprinkle a little parsley on top of it, parsley flakes, just to get a little color. Little color. Well, of course, those are the star of the show, I'm hoping. But, you know, I grilled out a couple
Ooh.
little pork chops and a fried egg.
Look at him.
Well, I
Nice.
grilled a fried egg out. It's fried. It's sunny side up. So,
He
let's
didn't
grab a
flip
couple
that
of
at
these
all
bad
either.
boys,
No, sunny side up.
throw them over
That's
on
why
the
it's
plate.
sunny side up.
Yeah.
I got it.
Move this out of the way and put that
I was
in
just too over
frame.
easy. I didn't even think about it. I didn't think.
I've always
you-
eaten
See
them
how
sunny
supper
side up
looks
in Germany.
tonight.
I never thought about flipping them until I got to America.
Now,
Well, you always have me flip them.
I like
That's
it
it.
flipped, like
Oh, okay.
over easy.
made
I just
these
never thought
before,
about it before.
And they were not, they tasted good, but they turned out to be a disaster. So, since it is the start of the show, we're going to have to take a taste test to see if it's YouTube worthy or not. So, here we go.
Oh, ASMR.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Winner, winner,
and
chicken
yes,
dinner.
ma'am. Big thumbs up for that. Let's get us one more. Mmm. Mmm.
I mean,
All right. This is the second time I've cooked these. And this is the recipe I'm sticking with. You can add anything you want to it. Add
Makes sense.
whatever. Green onions, which that wasn't good. As long as it's not gonna be simple, because I really want to taste the squash. So I'm gonna get off here. My two little barbecue breakfast pork chops and fried egg. It's going to my big old belly. That's right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.
what's he doing?
Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh!
He's so funny.
Wow. He is.
When the stakes are
He is a nut. He is a nut.
Funny one.
Oh, he's hilarious. Did we ever watch the fried rice and a big weenie? I think we did.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we did. Is there any other ones we want to watch? I don't know. Fried catfish and hush puppies. I mean, that's just a classic staple. Drunk cooking, pan fried steak. I think drunk cooking, period.
With Ammo Hat.
I feel like there should just be a channel called Drunk Cooking.
Yeah. Especially drunk
Would
cooking
y'all
with
watch
Ammo Hat.
would you watch a channel called Drunk Cooking? I would watch a channel called.
I
Drunk
love that the
Cooking.
drunk cooking one is in between a whole bunch of gun videos.
It is between a massive amount of gun videos. Let's watch Drunk Cooking.
How to cook a pan-fried steak. Another episode of some drunk cooking. You can see I got some butter melting down there. We're going to add some oil
Crank him up a little bit.
in with that butter to help keep that butter from burning. All right.
Drunk Cooking and Reloading.
I'm using
What a
vegetable
show.
oil because it's got a higher burn temperature than olive oil. So we got our butter and our vegetable oil all mixed up there.
All
Trying to
mixed
heat
up.
Now,
Don't know
what,
what to
you
do.
want to get a good sear on this guy here,
Ears
right?
itching like crazy.
Ugh. Hang on.
Troy says his wife uses spaghetti with
Like I
spaghetti
said,
squash.
this is an episode of
Sometimes
drunk
you don't know.
cooking, so let's have us a beer.
How's that beer?
This might not make it to YouTube. I don't know.
Wow. Glad I turned that up.
Here we have our steak. Can't remember what kind it is, but it's thick. It's seasoned with salt and pepper.
Bam.
Yeah. And that sizzle.
I think I've had spaghetti squash. I'm not sure I was the biggest fan of
Salt
spaghetti
inside
squash.
a little bit.
Might have been user error.
And I'm out of cracked black. I'm gonna use some of this old shit here. Ground black pepper. Shit, I started my counter here. Where's it at?
I would watch somebody that does drunk
Well,
cooking.
we're gonna cook this about 2 minutes on each side. You see that smoke rolling? That means it's hot.
Affirmative.
I don't know. We're gonna guess at it, I guess.
Your headphones up too high, or are they?
No,
Tongs.
we're gonna
That
guess
plastic
at it, I
thing out of the
guess.
way, it'll melt.
I mean, that's hot, all right.
It's gonna have a fire alarm go off.
2 minutes. That's pretty thick. 2 minutes might not be enough, but we'll see.
Maybe. Like
Guess
it
it depends
done.
on how you like it.
Yeah.
There it is. Roll.
Fuck.
It's trying to heat down a little bit right now. We got a lot of smoke. My smoke alarm might go off. That oil.
My smoke alarm might go off. I don't know why you're doing that with
We're getting smoky, guys.
Because he's drunk cooking.
We'll get ready to flip it. We'll be back. All right, it's been a couple of minutes.
You gotta stop doing that
I
with
say
the oil.
it's been cooking for about 2.5 minutes, I guess. Let's take it off the heat just for a second.
There you go. Thank
Look
God.
at the oil.
You're getting
Turn
anxiety.
the heat
over
off.
And I tell you what, it's smoking. Let's have another drink. This is drunk cooking. How to pan fry a steak.
Still frying.
Cheers.
Too. So much heat.
I'm telling
be
you,
so done.
drunk cooking would be a great show.
Yes.
All right. Well, that pan's still hot. Man, I've got my tripod. There we go. It's still pretty tight. There we go. Let's go ahead and flip it. Well, it's off the heat. Take a look at it. Oh, look at that. Yeah, boy. That's right. You guys see that? Look at that.
Good burn.
Oh, it's not burnt. That's flavor.
That's flavor.
Flavor.
I mean, it's a seared steak.
Let's stick it back on the heat now.
Yeah, you don't need any heat anymore. You could
About
have,
a
like,
minute,
all
and a
you
half.
should do is sear it on both sides,
We
toss
got
it in the
that.
oven.
There you go. And
Quick
we'll pull it
sear,
off.
toss in the oven.
I'm
let
sure
it go
you
for a
guys
bit.
have seen this method, you know, like this is raw, this
Oh, yeah.
is medium, or bullshit, whatever. This is well done. Just cook it. 2-3 minutes on each side, and it's done. Raw, medium.
Wow.
Alrighty, I pulled it off the heat. It's been about 2.5 minutes. Look what the other side looks like. Right. Nothing to it, guys.
Same here, Patrick. I like mine blue rare. Does anybody know what blue rare is?
Experiment. Look at that. Boy, that is one hell of a looking steak.
I'd eat it.
Look
I'm
at
not gonna lie to you. If I was-
Yeah. But it does look pretty done.
I'm gonna pull that off on a plate here. Let it rest.
Well, the thing is, too, if you got it in hot grease,
Well,
it depends on how long you let it sit
gotta
there. We'll
rest
see it
for
when we cut
about
it.
5 or 10 minutes. We'll set him right here. Back you
Keep
guys
drinking.
out. There you go. So there he is.
Did he turn the eye off? It looks red.
Don't know what cut of meat that is.
New York strip?
Anyway,
Probably.
Looks like a strip.
serve it whatever you want. I've got some more of those green beans cooked in the bacon grease. You guys see those? Probably not. I got bad lighting here right now. So let's let that rest for about 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll see what we got.
I can't let a steak rest.
There
I gotta
we
just
have it.
cut in and go.
Not 5 or 10 minutes.
Pan fried
And he's
steak.
got that on the eye now.
I'm hoping to see some pink in here. I think I will. Just cut off the edge.
He's it on the eye.
There's a bone in here, so let's get him about right here. Don't really want to see blood, but I like to see a lot of pink. Love some pink, you know. This is drunk cooking. Oh,
That's
yeah.
less done than I thought.
Yes,
Yeah. Very fascinating.
Get under some
Wow.
more light.
A
Look
lot.
there.
Yeah, I thought that was
Don't
going to be a
take
lot
much.
more done.
Yeah, me too.
Just
I,
throw
like
that
I
sucker
said,
in your,
every
in your
freaking
pan.
time, somehow.
Cook it about 2 minutes on each side. Let's give it a taste. Oh, I tried. Green beans. Green beans.
Phil, it's supposed to reabsorb, but I swear none of my meats ever, as many times as I've barbecued and cooked steaks.
Don't know if
everything
it's make it to YouTube or not, but cheers.
else. We weren't sure. I've never gotten a steak to fully reabsorb or barbecue anything else.
Drunk cooking a pan fried steak. Man, that sucker's good. If this gets posted, thanks for watching. Bye.
That's hilarious.
I mean, oh,
Check
stop.
this out.
No, you check this out. Shut up, whoever you are.
My washer.
Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I would eat it. I wouldn't have a problem with it. All right, let's do a short Zoom. New meeting. Got them weird belches. Let's see. Case anybody wants to. In case anybody wants to have a little chitty chat. I got nothing on the docket. Got nothing on the docket. Nothing. Nothing at all. But you're more than welcome. More than welcome. Feel free to come aboard. There's Chad. How are you, good sir? Let me.
Doing better, man. Thanks for asking.
Glad to
How
hear
are you?
that.
Well, you don't sound like you're feeling too well either.
No, I got like something stomach related, and it has not been kind, to say the least. I have been having a bit of trouble with it.
I don't envy you.
Nope.
How are you, Catherine?
She'll be back in a second. She went to go check the washer. Her nemesis. She's like piece of shit. What bit the dust?
Still not doing what it's supposed to. Won't even spin.
The washer won't even spin now.
Now washer's bit the dust.
All right.
I guess maybe not wait till Black Friday. So we'll do that this week.
Appliance defiance.
Yes, exactly. It's a bit.
Huh?
I didn't have a bleep button.
You do not have a bleep button there, young lady.
It's a beep. Bleep.
Yeah, it's one of those things. He was also asking how you're doing.
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm indescribably indescribable.
Nice.
Interesting. Vague as always. What is it that they always say? What do they always say for politicians to be obnoxiously vague or whatever it is?
That seems to be the first thing they teach them.
I always just feel like you just elect people that have no good answers. I figured that was the main strategy. Like, if they can't actually answer the question, hey, all right, going to Washington. That's how I always feel like that ends up.
Oh, Phil's waiting.
Could be just me.
Phil made it.
Who knows? I'm very glad for the elections to be over tomorrow.
So the commercials stop.
Oh my God, I'm so sick of it.
I've been getting phone calls and text messages, just probably like
Same.
15 a day.
Same.
It's just been driving me nuts.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't, like, it's just too much. And it's like, but here's the thing. I am the type that what I do is, my wife knows what I'm going to say. Anytime I get telemarketers or random texts or anything like that, I always respond. I
usually do, and it's not kind.
Mine are great. Let's see. What did I say? I hope I don't offend anybody in the chat. If I do, just remember what Grandpa Steve always says.
Some of the stuff you're going to give away, I'll smoke it all first.
That's not it, but that's okay. What was the last one that I got, which was kind of funny?
Apparently, Doc had an interesting call.
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt it. So I got a text message that said, "Hi, Martin. I'm Gina with Magenti. This Tuesday, November 8th, is Election Day. We have an opportunity to elect Stacey Abrams as governor of Georgia. Kind of. Not really. Fat chance. We have been organizing for decades to make this possible. Can we count on your vote for Stacey? Respond ESP CDCR Reciber Este Mencho Ento Espanol. Reply stop to opt out." And so I just responded with, "Please tell me more."
I usually reply, beep off.
Oh,
and
no.
then block the number.
It wasn't done then. Then it says, "We have known Stacey Abrams for 15 years, and we support her because we know she will fight for our rights to health care and education access, as well as for livable wage for all Georgians." And I said, "I can only vote for her if she supports defunding the police and bring my family over from Argentina." I did not receive any more responses.
Sent from sanctuary location.
Yep.
I said, "Feel free to direct any other phone calls to Phil Rivera."
Yeah, there you go. And I get them. Hi, this is David from Microsoft. I was like, "Oops, this is David." I was like, "The fuck it is."
Like, yep, your name's David.
Like, look, hey, if you're from Dale, call Martin.
He loves the people
Can you
from
do it?
Dell.
I mean, the accent I'm hearing, all I'm seeing is Bollywood vision dance scenes in my head.
I get a lot of people from Costa Rica. Dale has quite a few from Costa Rica.
And I've got a shitload of uncles since the 90s from Africa that I didn't know I was related to that were apparently rich princes and shit.
If you get any of those from the country Chad, go ahead and accept it.
Yes. Except all collect calls.
I out my nose because I knew where you were going with that, Chad.
Yeah, I have connections apparently.
Has anybody sent a collect call in like the past decade or two?
Oh man, it's been years. Ever since cell phones came out, because they pretty much did away with long distance charges for cell phones.
That's true.
I had a call about 2 years ago. I was in the shop working and you can barely hear the pre-recorded message. You have a collect phone call from the Sacramento County Jail. It's like, fuck that. Hung up.
Oh man.
You know, hey, I've heard about those guys getting married, doing some collect calls. There's some girls out there like them, some jailbirds.
They're used to, like, I don't know if you guys have the little magazines and the like
Where's this
AMPMs
going?
and whatever called Penny Saver or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Penny
Yes.
Saver?
And there was the yellow one called Magic Ads.
No.
Oh no.
Those prison guys used to advertise in Magic Ads all the time.
Wow.
Kind, sincere, loving serial killer looking for life.
I would
Long
love to watch a YouTube channel with somebody with a set of balls that would be willing to call those guys regularly.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them because those guys have connections on the outside. Get yourself.
That's why I said I'd love to watch it.
Yeah.
Sure as hell wouldn't do it.
Channel.
Oh, DDT had to replace his freaking washer too.
Washers are stupid.
Money right out the window. I want to get one of those.
Go to the secondhand store, buy the refurbished or rebuilt washer. Forget all that technology crap. It's a motor with a drum on it. Goes
Right.
through cycles with a timer.
Wait, I want mine to spy on me though, Phil. I want mine to tell me to reorder another set of Mike from Briar Blues Whitey Tidies.
Like the Samsung refrigerator. Samsung is notorious. I have a friend that does appliance repair. And all these smart washers, these smart refrigerators, they're constantly needing repair. They're just
Yeah.
You know,
if anybody else picked up what Martin said, but he said order another pair of Briar Blues Whitey Tidies.
Your observation is astounding, Chad. Keen observation. You know, one of the things too that that Chad might even appreciate is I got to go to when I worked for the biggest Japanese financial institution. I got an opportunity to go to Georgia Tech for a conference, and it was the conference of what was it? The information of things. And predominantly it was presented by a group of Indian technicians that had flown over. And the whole information of things was how everything becomes connected in terms of the Samsung dishwasher talks to the refrigerator and talks to the dishwasher and talks to the oven and all those things.
What people don't realize with the smart, I get the gadgetry and the tech nerds, I get that. But when you put something that has a barcode into your refrigerator, your refrigerator sees that and they sell that data. It's being transmitted, and this is how they know what you need and what you're going to buy before you do.
Oh, I don't doubt it. But I mean, this was back in 2016. Yeah, 2016. And now, if you look at it, you know, I mean, that's pretty much what Apple, you know, whatever the little Apple Pod thing, it's what the Amazon Alexa thing, all those different things. I mean, that's essentially what you're doing. Like Ring doorbells, like the Ring doorbell connects to my garage door opener, and if somebody from Amazon comes, I can set it to where it actually opens and they come in, drop off the package in the garage, so I don't have to worry about them stealing it and everything else. And then you get the camera that attaches there, and it's just like, man, if the power goes out, I'm so screwed.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, most of these companies sell that data, that information,
yeah,
primarily to government. Government has it first. You know, so if anybody from the government decided that they didn't like whatever point of view or side you're on, why would you want them to have that?
Now, well, what was really creepy was a doll that my wife had bought my good friend for his first daughter. This was probably about 6 or 7 years ago. and I'll let her tell the overall story because I don't remember it in full detail. But this doll that my wife bought was a massive mistake. You can't talk till you sit down.
What did I buy?
The doll for the Crow's daughter.
Which one?
The one that would talk to them or whatever and would respond.
Yes.
Yeah, we were talking about like how all the things are connected and like.
I also bought a
Did you say fart?
Yeah, a fart gun.
Oh yeah.
I did buy them a fart gun.
Yeah, but what the doll was creepy though, right? Because that was the one that
I think it would answer things and tell them things or
right.
something. Yeah.
So it would answer the questions of the kids, but then they found out that it's connected to like, was it Russia or something like that?
Yes, that's right. That was a while back.
Yes, like so they
That's why it wasn't clearance.
right. Obviously, why it was on clearance. So they were getting information on my friend's daughter and the questions that she was asking. She was probably like 5 or something like that.
It was a while back.
I was like, oh. I was like, that's not creepy.
You remember the picture frames, 10, 15 years ago? And you put a picture and it would have a recorded message, whatever, or you could touch it and it would. That shit was actually linked to China and it actually had a listening device in it. They were hacked by design by the CCP to listen in.
Creepy.
Here's one you'll like.
And as far as dolls and clowns, yeah, I'm cool with dolls and clowns. I'm flamethrower.
Talking about conferences, I saw an interview today with this. I can't remember what the lady's thing was, but anyway, she said there was a comic that was invited to a free speech conference in England.
Interesting.
But prior to the conference, the comedian was given a list of things that she could not talk about at a free speech conference. And then on top of that, everybody in the audience had a little pin, like a badge.
Right.
And it had a green stripe on it or a red stripe.
Oh, this was recent, wasn't it?
Yeah, the green stripe designated you could speak to those people without being invited to. The red stripe designated you could not speak to those people unless they invited you to speak to.
You can't do that with a comic.
See, I would, comic or no comic, I would have been total asshole at that moment.
so
Absolutely.
So how did it go, Chad?
He didn't really clarify beyond that. It was just they were just making a point about this whole woke free speech back and forth.
Right. There was a
and he brought it as an example.
There was a conference.
Wow,
there was a conference one that I watched where it was about people with massive anxiety and stress and like trigger words and this is probably about 5 or 6 years ago. I think I even showed my wife this video. And you couldn't clap for anything because it would cause somebody some anxiety. So everybody had to do this. They had to stick all their hands up and wave. And I was like,
and who was the guy clapping in there? That would have been Phil.
That's sign language for applause. What if there's a deaf person with anxiety in the audience?
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
and my ex-wife is deaf, so I can imagine she's like, "What's everybody doing? What the hell does this mean?"
yeah. Well, I mean, I would have just been like this, knee slapper. So then I saw what was fascinating is how I then saw flash forward. I was watching some parents at a school conference or whatever they're called, the teacher, not teacher,
parent teacher.
No, it's the school board. Yeah, school board meeting. And what was so funny was because the school board wouldn't let them react at all, or wouldn't let them clap, make noises for disturbance purposes. They didn't want anybody to clap. Every one of them were in there doing this. I was like, wow. So it's like how funny how something like 5 years ago for people with anxiety came up with something that now got used for something completely different.
Yeah.
So if I was involved in a flaming car accident or a house fire, so you tell me at a concert, I would be offended by everybody holding up a lighter going like this.
Yes, I would
saw
understand a burn.
School board meeting thing the other day where this guy got up and they eventually kicked him out for using vulgar words and stuff like that.
Oh no.
And what he was doing was reading books from that school's library.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And it was like some fairly disgusting stuff. And this was like a fifth grade elementary kind of thing.
Oh no.
I just watched a video just before we popped on here. A guy was in a store and he didn't say what store, and his poets for something it titled his channel, but I recognized it as Barnes and Noble because they're all laid out the same. And they had this transgenderism and all this woke shit was like aisles long. The U.S. history section was like one 10-foot, 8-foot section, 4 shelves deep. And then, if you want to be into Wicca or whatever, transgenderism, whatever, they're 4 times the size.
So you're saying historians have a lack of representation?
That anybody that has any factual writings has a lack of representation.
Look,
I was watching these 2 guys the other day. One of them's name's John McWhorter, and the other one's name is Glenn Lowry. They're both African-American intellectuals. One of them's a linguist, and one of them's an economist. One of them wrote a book. Well, they've both written several books, but one of them wrote a book on something to do with linguistics. And he went into the bookstore, and it was in the Black authors section instead of the section where it should have been labeled. And they were complaining. It's like, you're gonna take my work and limit it to the fact that I'm Black and hope that it sells, for people that are looking for Black authors.
Well, there's actual regional, there's regional writings.
They're making a sale on the knee jerk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were both pretty upset about that.
I mean, one of my favorite guys to listen to is Thomas Sowell.
Thomas Powell?
No, he's
okay.
So Sowell, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, he's
very intelligent guy.
He's an economist too.
Yeah.
This is why the wife and I are trying to find a cabin off the grid so we can just get away from the world at certain parts of times of the year.
I've said my dream home would be a house where I could set a bomb off in my backyard and the neighbors would be so far away they couldn't hear it.
Yes.
I used to live on properties like that growing up, and if we were shooting guns, shotguns, rifles, whatever, nobody gave a rat's ass. I saw, actually interesting, not yesterday, day before, homeowner landlord was here, and across the shop yells at me and is like, "Oh, I found it." I'm like, "Okay, thanks for making me almost grind my fingers off."
I would like to add, in case your washing machine is listening to this, that I have no knowledge or desire about bomb making.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
Just in case. Yeah.
It doesn't listen. It stopped spinning.
No knowledge of it at all.
It's a fairly dysfunctional washer, which probably means we should keep it, because that means every other bad thing it could do doesn't work.
Well, I would say take a hammer
wash.
to it, but that would probably get you in trouble with whoever's listening now.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
okay. I'll
Please,
take a hammer.
please feel free to not get me in trouble, Phil.
Should go buy a washboard, and that way you can do laundry and exercise at the same time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no.
Maybe make
I'd hire a maid before I get a washboard.
Whip out a couple tunes. Well,
I mean-
just make sure she's, sanctuary approved and.
Wow. Yikes. We have gone so far down that rabbit hole.
I mean,
So
we
far.
took everything went just from to. It just
Yeah.
went all Victor Borger here.
Well, I mean, I'm very curious. Like, you know, I always find it fascinating because, again, I don't talk politics very much on here, but I always find it fascinating at how much stock. My wife laughs because I very much am in tune with politics. I just don't talk about it as much on the show.
To him, it is not as much.
But I'm very surprised at how much stock people hold in a single congressperson or representative. Like, I'm like, you realize they don't really do much, right? Like, like everything you want to happen doesn't really happen because you got that one person in, you know?
I would say, and Chad's close to me. He's within 10 years of my age. Other guys probably think similarly, or don't, you know. But it used to be that they did their shenanigans on the side, and they knew that their livelihoods, whether they'd ever owned a business or held a job in their life or not, you're their constituents. They worked for you. Now it's past that. Now it's that they're telling you you have to do this shit, you know, or we're gonna take shit away from you, and you know, be happy with it. You know, go out there and generate tax dollars.
I mean, based off of like the history, I'm not sure it wasn't already that way. I think we're in that time and space that, you know, just like we complain about like seeing everybody's dirty laundry and everybody's life on stuff. I mean, like, who was it?
Laundry.
It was laundry. Who was it? It was AOC. Like, AOC came out and she was like, I'm doing this, blah blah blah. And then people reacted and she's like, oh, why do y'all keep talking to me? And it's like, well, you went out there to infer a reaction. Like, that was the point of what you were doing, and then you got the reaction. Now you're telling people not to react, and it's like we're at the point of technology that people you see more now of behind the scenes of the man behind the curtain than what you used to. So I don't know how much has actually changed in the regard.
There's a huge advantage to the internet, and with the advantages come the demons as well. There is a lot of information that back in the day, even in my lifetime, it took ridiculous amounts of time, manpower to find it out. Now you can almost go on the internet and find out damn near anything you want to find out as deeply as you want to research it in a heartbeat.
Well, not only that, but now you can go way back in people's history and pull information that was much that would be significant. Like, you know, if you went 20 years back, pulling up certain things would be big bombshells and things. And now it's like,
I mean, just even genealogy.
Yep.
I mean, this, you know, having done this, my parents having done this in the 70s, I mean, you literally sometimes had to drive hundreds of miles.
Absolutely.
Meet with people and do it, and go to libraries and microfilm.
Yeah. I think AOC is probably young enough that she could be considered part of this online generation.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little bit older than that, but not by much. And I've noticed
how much smart
people like that speak. They speak to their base about things that's going to fire them up. And when anybody that's not their base pushes back, it's seen as an attack.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And it's just like they have no desire to reach across the aisle in any way, shape, or form. They're speaking, and this is on both sides and
absolutely
top and bottom.
But I think
like the audience is the ones that are going to clap no matter what they say.
Absolutely.
They're going to shake their hands.
They're going to jazz hands.
Yeah.
Well, and
or
not
like Mike would say, shaking babies and kissing hands.
Right. But what I think ultimately what backfires in this is the fact that now you're at a point in time where it's so easy to clip somebody and then show what they previously did because it's all over the internet. It's blasted.
For the past 4 years, 6 years maybe, this is what's happening. You know, and I'm definitely not a Biden fan. I'm not a huge Trump fan, but I think Trump played the game better than the Dems did. He knew the game better than they did. He just doesn't give a shit.
Well,
I think I said this when Trump was running the first time, when they were still doing primaries. I said that guy has a really good chance of winning because these politicians, these career politicians, know if they say something wrong, that's their career. He doesn't have that obligation. He can say whatever he wants, and if he gets kicked out, he can go back to TV or whatever he wants to do. He has no regulator.
And you look back, his grandfather, I mean, he knows the game. His whole family knows the game.
Right, but he's
not dependent upon them.
The biggest thing that put Trump over was he capitalized on social media. And he saw, because again, he's a capitalist. He understands taking advantage of opportunities when he sees them, whether that's investments, whether that's trends, whatever it is. And so he saw an opportunity where there was basically a vacuum. Like, you know, nobody was really pushing. Like, it was more local or like presenters and people like that were actually pushing, like, go do the vote, just like you know, regular media would do it on shows and stuff, go do the vote and all that kind of stuff. But no politicians were really, like, it was kind of, you know, like, not taboo, but it was almost like you know, probably even looked down upon to be utilizing
I would say
that.
you said taboo. I was thinking verboten.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so, you know, so Trump does that, and all of a sudden, man, he is just hitting buttons everywhere, and he tapped into, like, the social media aspect of it, and people ate it up. And so
I think that started in Obama's second term, which was 2012, and that's right about the time that Twitter and Facebook and all these online things really started booming. Was about 2012. He was the first one that really understood there's a media source there that he can reach people that he would never reach otherwise. But I don't think he did it as complete as they have since. Right.
It's a different mindset for him. Like, for him, the mindset was, hey, look what I'm doing. And he was doing the Instagram thing, where Trump was like, ooh, here's the influence I can do. I can trigger people here. I can say this and get rise out of it. He saw the almost the inverse of what it was. So
what happened with Trump? Everybody was Obama, you know, whoever, Biden, whatever presidential candidates, Clinton, going on the Late Show or whatever, playing saxophone, whatever.
Sorry.
The wife hit the garage door.
He said, "Screw this! I'm going to Twitter." You know, and it's pretty pathetic when your presidents or your presidential candidates are doing cameos on talk shows and survival shows.
Oh yeah, well, I
think Obama and pretty much every president since then, there has been. Clinton had it a little bit, a cult of personality that hadn't been really there since, like, Kennedy.
Mm-hmm. Could you imagine Clinton on social media?
I can imagine he would probably be a lot like Anthony Weiner.
Oh!
Oh,
Probably.
man.
There would be pictures of a blue dress everywhere.
Could be.
But I mean, like, you know, but the other fascinating thing is how that pendulum swings.
Carlos
Like,
Danger.
you know, you got Carlos Danger. That's right. Greatest name ever. So, like, but it's interesting to see the pendulum swing, because, like, at first you've got a lot of, you know, like, you know, however much conservative censorship was going on, whatever was going on, and you saw that on social media, and conservatives or right-leaning people or whatever would say, this should be free speech, and you should allow free speech. And then, there's another group that's saying, well, it's a private company, which, again, I think if the roles are reversed, all you do is see the same exact thing said, just in reverse.
Well, if you look at the legalese of it, if you're editing before it can be put out, so now that puts you under or not under.
But the funny thing is just to see, because this is what I don't think people, with all the politics and again, I've never been into it until the past probably 10 years. That the funniest thing that I look at, and the reason I give that example, that you just had one side doing one thing and the other side doing it, and they could be in either category in that situation. Neither seems to grasp what will eventually happen to them when they take the other side.
Right. That's an age-old problem in politics.
And it's mind-boggling.
I know you're running short on time. I'm going to make a prediction that DeSantis is going to run for president.
I mean, he's got a good platform for it.
Trump, during the midterms, he wasn't talking about anybody, but he made a point of going out of his way to squash DeSantis. And so doing that tells me that he's trying to squash DeSantis because he knows DeSantis could beat him. So DeSantis is going to run for president. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty certain that's going to happen.
I'll make a prediction. If Biden, for some reason, doesn't run again, Gavin Newsom's going to be your Democratic nominee.
That's why they funneled so much money into California, to make sure he wins.
I heard a
3-4 to 1. Because Gavin Newsom is their next best hope, because it's not going to be Kamala Harris. It ain't going to be Pelosi.
Or AOC.
Well, I heard a very fascinating theory that if Republicans take over the Senate and the House, and this would be an extreme case, but not outside the realm of possibility, that if, in fact, Republicans take over the House and the Senate, that Joe Biden might actually retire.
They're actually calling for Article 25 on it.
Well, I mean, either way, but I mean, the idea of that and bringing somebody new, I mean, you got to think that would be a fascinating strategy to bring in somebody.
They know Kamala ain't going to do it.
Well,
nobody wants Kamala.
So they actually think what he might do with Kamala is give her, like, she might actually resign as well. So, I mean, that would be fascinating.
Or she might go to the Soviet Union to negotiate for peace and catch the flu.
So if they both resigned, that would put Nancy Pelosi in the presidency.
Yep.
Yeah, it would. But then again, Gavin Newsom is her nephew.
Right. I can't remember who's fourth behind her. I think it's the president pro tempore of the Senate.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know who it is, but
usually you don't have to think past 3.
I would be curious, though. The idea that Joe Biden might resign would be very fascinating.
He doesn't want to resign. He wants to run again because he's so lost in dementia.
I don't know if you couldn't just tell him 4 years from now that he was president, that he would not know.
Well, they're demanding. I mean, he was supposed to do this within the first 9 months. He was supposed to have a cognitive test.
And I'm not trying to be mean either. I mean, I honestly think you could do a Chuck E. Cheese stage, like the one stage he was actually presenting on, and like just do the and he would be like, he'd give his speech and everything.
He'd be in his basement.
Like
no,
going to
here it is. I got it.
Chuck E. Cheese and playing whack 'em,
I got it.
'em.
I got it. They stick Joe Biden in the meta.
Yeah.
Virtual president.
Then he has no idea.
He doesn't. I mean, it's sad. I mean, I have no love lost for him because he's been a pathological liar his entire career. But it is sad to see somebody like that. And
so he's a typical politician.
Along, drugged up when he needs to be drugged up, and drugged down when he needs to be drugged down.
Well,
we live in an interesting time, fellas.
Yeah. I mean, it's very fascinating. I think we'll look back and be like, what in the world was going on
I
in those
mean,
days?
I agree. I hate to use the word interesting times or the phrase interesting times because I see it as totally effed up, and I'm sure a lot of military and vets see it and like, wow, what?
Phil says it's foobar.
But it is interesting, and there is some hope tonight watching the Senate and the tsunami of conservatism or traditional values.
I'm very fascinated with the amount of people that have switched to being conservative, and I'm very encouraged to see, not see people become conservative, but to see people independently think for themselves and decide if they want to switch, they switch for a specific reason, and that nobody is beholden. I think people should take a lot of stock in those that are willing to switch aside.
Left or right or
exactly, because most everybody's in the middle.
Yeah.
By far.
You got to admit, it takes a lot for a politician to change sides.
That was amazing. I was like, holy crap, you know.
It
but
hasn't happened too very many times.
But again, I think that's just, to me, that's democracy at its finest when somebody makes a decision like that, because then it's like, okay, why did they make that decision? What is it about their core values that influence? Who do they talk to, and so on?
2 or 3 changed just because of like, no,
there's been a few.
I can't go along with this anymore.
And there's also been in this last, I don't know, 2 to 4 year period, there's been a lot of representatives that just flat out retired.
Absolutely, yes. There has been an exodus for sure. And again, too, I think I appreciate the evolution of people's thoughts. That tells me that there's a group of people that aren't always just drinking the Kool-Aid because it's there. And I'm encouraged by those people, and those are the people I want to talk to and get to know, because I want to be as flexible as they are, that when I see an issue with something, that I have enough courage to do the same thing. Those are the people I want to talk to. I don't care who they are.
That's
white,
the kind
black,
of stuff
yellow, women, whatever. I want to get to know those people. Those free thinkers. That's what I want to know.
That's the kind of stuff I talk about a lot. It's like, you know, more people need to be willing to look at themselves and say, am I right? Am I wrong? And then act upon it when they are.
Absolutely. And be willing to say, hey, this is, you know what? If we don't agree, it doesn't matter. I still get an appreciation because we had civil discourse, and now I have a better idea of why you're thinking what you're thinking, and now that makes me be able to go back and reflect on what I think and see, like, why do I think this way? And is there a difference with things like that? But I mean, I will say this, in the past couple of days, there's been some massive mudslinging. And I think that's probably the degradation of democracy at that point.
Yeah. There hasn't been real, I mean, to my memory, the only politicians that I can remember in my lifetime that really had that back and forth debate and were willing to listen to each other and change minds was Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill when he was the Speaker of the House.
I was just gonna say Reagan. Reagan's speeches and clips have been popping up in my feed a lot lately.
Well, I'm curious to see what happens. I guess I'll do a live tomorrow, and we can get on here and chat and see what we think. So stay tuned for that. This thing's going to bump off, so I'll see you guys later, so it doesn't end out.
I'll do a live after this, just if anybody wants to pop in, carrying on the conversation. But thank you, Martin. Thank you, Ted.
Will do.
Thank you, Martin.
We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Whoopsie. I had nothing there. There we are. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, that's one of the reasons I love talking to Chad, because Chad is just, you don't have to have it because I'm not.
You turn it off.
But no, I'm not off. But you're not listening to anything else, anyways. But that's one of the things that I like about talking with like Chad and different people is just everybody's like there's an absolute reason to have a diversity of thought.
Right. Exactly.
A diversity of thought is probably one of the most amazing things you could have. If nobody knew who anybody else was, they were in a pitch black room with voice mods or whatever, and only receive the messages, I feel like discourse would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
But we see how like there's shows that even manipulate. Like what was that one show, like Ring or whatever, or like Ring Hotel or whatever that thing is, Hotel Ring, whatever it was, where they're all like, it's like a social media aspect. They get a picture, they get a description. The Circle, and there's like catfishes in it and all kinds of stuff.
I love The Circle. It's a great show. I think they're getting another season soon.
But it shows how much people are influenced even just by a picture.
Yes.
And how their perception is clouded. Well, their perception is not clouded, but it is just it changes.
Yes, exactly.
And not always for the worst or the better, but just what they think. Like if they see a picture of a boy and the lady on the other end is a catfish, she's a girl and she's chatting it up and everything, you have the perception because you saw a picture of a guy that I'm talking to a guy.
Right.
So regardless of what she messes up and says that's not something that a guy would say or whatever else, he still has that perception.
Yeah.
You know, and it's amazing how you can influence people based off a picture. And I think the most neutral playing field you could get is just no names, no nothing, and just conversation. Like the old chat day, or like the old just audio that you could not tell what somebody's voice was or something like that. But literally just the old chat day would be one of the coolest things to see done.
Yeah.
That's why I think all resumes should have no name. And should have no name, not even where they're from or anything like that. You can list the universities, you can list your work, but that's it.
But yeah, in America, resumes are more private, I guess, than they are in other countries. Like in Germany, your resume includes your picture. In India, for the most part, when I look at the resume of like the Indian staff and to see who I need to on a project,
right,
they generally have pictures on their resumes as well. But yeah, in Germany, when you have a resume,
See,
it always has a picture.
I think that
I agree.
That opens the window for bias.
I totally agree that it opens the window for bias.
And I don't necessarily agree with that. I think
I don't know if resumes have pictures in Germany anymore, but they used to when I was still there.
Right. And like that bias has no overall bearing necessarily on the job.
No.
Performance. So at that point, why is it necessary?
Yeah, and I mean, you get into conversations like random, like, oh man, wouldn't have thought that he was that young. He looks real old in this picture. And like you have like random conversations about how the person looks, and it's like not intentional or anything, but it's like when you're flipping through those resumes, it's like, huh.
Absolutely.
Like there's comments just randomly that come up.
And everybody's got the bias. But again, I don't think just because you say somebody has bias that they're bad. They have life experiences that create certain perceptions,
right.
And that's okay. And the where we miss the boat is not trying to get people to accept they have a bias. I don't think anybody doesn't think that bias doesn't exist, preference doesn't exist. It's the decision to, instead of trying to influence somebody's bias, we try to just tell them their bias is incorrect.
Yeah.
And to me, we miss the opportunity in that. It's like we tell people to be coachable. But if you just went to your employee every time and said, you're doing a really, really shitty job. If that's all you said, well, how are you going to make them a better worker?
You're not.
It's
gonna
not
make
possible.
them not want to work.
Exactly. Now you're going to just put them in defensive mode, and now you're not going to get anywhere.
No.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's like people, the vast majority of people, almost everybody is willing to learn and change.
Yeah.
You know, the core of them I don't think changes, but like certain like perceptions, they're almost always willing to change perception.
Yeah.
And that's just because they need something else introduced that's new and different than what they've seen before or heard before. It's just it's amazing. It's amazing how little has changed in the political atmosphere, and I feel like at some point, and I think it's happening recently, a lot of that's catching up to them. They're starting to see that what they're doing is making people make decisions not on specific beliefs, ideals, movements, whatever they are, and more or less making them make decisions on sometimes just a person's morality. and just how a person acts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Act right. Like show you care. Show you care. Show, like, go, you know, talk to people like they're human beings and not just envelopes that go in a box.
Yeah.
And that's really what it boils down to. Like be human. Just be human.
Yeah.
That's all you got to be. Be human. Don't be an elitist. Be better. That's all you got to do. Be better. And until somebody decides to be better, they can't really expect anybody else to be any different either. So, I don't know. We're going to leave you on those words of wisdom. I appreciate all y'all. I know this was a bit of a different live, different stream. I appreciate y'all hanging out and everything. I try also not to think, Troy. I try to avoid thinking.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown.
I'm a sheep too, Troy. I just find it fascinating. Like, so, some of it just is interesting to me. And so I kind of go down a rabbit hole. So, I mean, after the VP, it's the Speaker of the House, then the President Pro Tem of the Senate, then Cabinet Secretaries after that. Interesting. Thank you, Patrick. Yeah. Long history of mudslinging is U.S. politics. I don't disagree. But we're gonna do this tomorrow. And you know what? Politics be damned. We're gonna go ahead and get ready. Get your pipe. Get your whatever, pipe, cigar, snuff, whatever, cigarettes, roll your own, whatever it is, get it, because it's politics tomorrow. So, because I am very curious. I'm gonna be wanting to watch and see who's getting in, who's not. So if you got opinions, that's fine. If you don't have opinions, that's fine. All are welcome as long as nobody is attacking anybody else. That's the only line I have. As long as you don't attack somebody, unless it's me, you can attack me. I'm okay with that. I don't mind that. I get attacked all the time. That's okay. Attack me. It'll be funny for everybody else. Oh, that donkey. That stupid donkey. Need to give donkey a name. But yeah. I mean, I'd be curious to do it. Patrick, I'd love to hear too, find out how your experience was. So hopefully you'll be safe and do the good work. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.